Party people, we are back with another episode of You Hate to See It, Succession Edition, the Succession Session.
The Succession Sessions. I like that. That's a good branding. Yes,
Back,
sir.
man,
Yeah,
back.
Mike got a fresh fade, man. He got his hair braided and everything. Swear you got at home barber
Yeah, so
services.
I guess now that we got video and shit, we should like plug stuff, like all right, so go find us on YouTube. I don't know what the names are, somebody probably know. We'll probably do it when we post the stuff on IG or whatever. But follow us on YouTube, IG, all that
Yeah,
stuff.
all of the links are in the bios of the social, YouTube, IG, Apple Podcast, Spotify Podcast, wherever y'all listen, man. We can meet y'all. Mike said he needed ratio up, man. All right, man. So we gonna dive in, man. This was a good
Yeah,
ep. This was a good
yeah.
ep.
Guest
So
star. Had a guest star.
yes, bro. We had a guest star with
Adrian Brody, man.
Adrian Brody. That's what his name was. I was about to say Bodie for some reason. I don't know why, but Adrian Brody, man, he played hardball. He was not fucking backing down from them niggas. So we'll
Adrian
definitely
Brody's
get into
nice,
that.
man. He's a good actor, man. You just gotta know how to use him right, man. But yeah, he's a good actor for sure.
Yeah, hopefully we'll see him a few more times before the season's up too. So it was a good taste.
I thought we were
Yeah.
talking about Jared.
Yeah, man.
Hey, no, he got a fit off too, though. Yeah, all them like fucking vests on. He had about
that shit was not a fit. That nigga was wearing like
shit was
seven layers of clothing. Like it was fucking.
Yeah.
Like how old was it on that island, bruh? Nigga, why did you have so many layers on? That nigga had 5 layers. I literally
First of all, it
counted
looks
it on
at
the
it
picture.
if I'm just like
I'm all
looking
about
at a
layers,
man with
man.
that
I don't
those
usually go
initials
with
on his
big coat.
forehead,
I'll go with
I'm thinking
layers
it's like
anytime.
killer. Yeah, like what? Like that
Shit
it
whack,
looks like a
bruh.
Nazi
Yeah,
or something, man. Like
Bruh, that's why I'm down in the South, man. If I got to put on more than 2 layers, it ain't for me, bruh. I need a T-shirt and a
yeah, no
hoodie.
killing.
Anything colder than that, and I'm staying my ass in the crib.
But
Yeah.
what I
Well,
want to
let's
know is
kick it
why,
off,
why
man.
did
Let's talk
Roman
to
think this
somebody
would
that
be a good
that's
idea?
near and
Like
dear to the
this is like
to
legit the
the
stupidest thing he's thought
adjacent
of.
to the I
Because
wouldn't say near and
even if
dear,
like
but he's
they
adjacent to
do,
the Roy family.
that's what I was saying. You were
Tom
there. You were
Wamsgad,
like, why?
bruh.
This is the
Tom
dumbest
in
thing.
this
This is like
episode
Roman takes
is
2 steps forward and 3 steps
he
back,
is
man. Like, come
losing
on,
it.
man.
This man
And
is
then
he is the
as you
definition
can
of someone
clearly
who
see,
cracks under
Jerry,
pressure because
my
that is
prediction
exactly
from
what he is doing.
earlier this
He
season
is
that
cracking
they were
under
going to have sex
pressure.
by
He is
episode
looking
4,
for some
clearly
kind of
wrong.
support from
Hey,
anyone.
I didn't.
Preferably his wife, but he's not
Hey,
getting it from her.
hey,
So
I
what do
clearly
y'all
didn't
think about Tom in this episode?
I was hey, clearly I didn't read the room. I wasn't reading the room, but like as you can tell, like their relationship's completely changing. Like, why are you doing all this right now, man? Like Jerry said, only thing you should be thinking about is how can this advance my career? Not a
man.
bullshit dude
Tom,
with a
he's
killer
in a bad
tattoo
way
on his
right
forehead.
now. He's
Bad
obviously
episode
really
for-
scared about
Yeah.
the possibility of going
Like,
in jail,
Come on.
and he tries to confide in his wife. Maybe try to get some reassurance. And he legit says, "Hey, I don't know what to tell you."
I don't know what to tell. I was like, damn, a little fucking compassion, like a hug, I love you, something.
My wife, man. So we'll touch on that again when we start talking about Shiv. But yeah,
No.
Tom, man, he has no friends. Greg is leaving him in the dust. Great Greg, by the way.
The great Greg, man. It's
Tom
great.
literally
I was about to say,
compared himself with that Nero and Sporus
Man.
reference. This nigga compared himself to Nero, the Roman emperor, who fucking took like a 12-year-old slave boy, cut his balls
dead,
off, and
man.
legit married him.
Like, there's no way.
Like, and that
every
was
time
his
I look
husband.
at her, I just want to say, you want
He was
to. I'm just looking at her like, you want to see a dead body? Just point to
That
Jerry,
was
man.
wild.
She's toast.
That was
at
wild
ATM,
that he
man,
actually
at
thought to do that.
Waystar.
Sexually harassing this nigga. Like,
Yeah,
chill.
he's over. He was like, "Stop it! Like, stop! Like, I don't want to beat your ass. Like,
No,
chill out."
yeah,
Like, he was like, "Oh
he got
gosh,
shit
it's
up
so
his
hard to riff
sleeves.
with you, man." And it's like, no, this nigga is cracking. It's like you'll never make it. He's got to get. He's trying to wrestle because that nigga's trying to prepare to fight in prison. He's trying to see. Exactly. If Greg is the one you're preparing to fight, man, and you don't think you could beat him, bro, like that man's about to be down bad. Hey, when he was listing out prisons, I actually looked up the one he said, FCI Otisville, man. This shit not
You're
too
sick.
bad, bro. This shit
I
this
think
shit is
if they
a
gave her a
this
chance,
shit
she
is
could do
a
the job well,
medium
man.
You're
security
sick.
She ain't gonna get a
prison,
chance.
bruh. Like it really ain't even that shit.
Mm.
Minimum security, bruh. It literally has a minimum security satellite campus, level
Oh
3 operate.
God.
Like, bruh, this shit is not that bad, bruh. Like he really ain't
Eh,
like we was talking about before. If he went to prison, this shit is not that tough, bruh. I told you, federal prisons ain't that. It's
no
not
one
the
said
state pen.
anything.
I ain't going to prison, but I'm saying if we're comparing prisons, it's not the worst prison that he could go to.
Nigga, what are you talking about?
Sheesh. Nah, I'm built different than Tom. Tom about to be
Humble
crying every
brag. Look
night
at
and shit.
this
I ain't that bad,
dude.
nigga. Not in no medium security
Shit, y'all
prison.
flex, y'all
Come on
flexing,
now.
man.
Yeah, it's not looking
I
good.
kind of
So
was
moving
thinking that
on.
maybe Greg was trying to, not trying to, but Greg was kind of playing
Yeah,
him throughout
this
this
is
whole
how
time
you can
too,
tell
like trying
how
to play
rich
both
these dudes
sides.
really are. They went from
And given the fact that once
valet
Tom goes in there and he's like,
to helicopter to private jet
Tom goes in there and he's
to
like,
another
hey, like,
helicopter.
what's your plan going forward? He kind of had no sympathy towards Tom either. I feel like that's another reason Tom kind of just cracked and starts rambling about this story with Nero and the little slave boy. Like he just went on a little tangent at the
Because
end.
you can.
No, man.
Yeah, yeah, that nigga is all the way tripped out, man. Pray for Tom, man. No cap, bro.
He needs therapy, bro. I hope, and I don't know if that
Oh,
was.
that's lit.
I don't remember. You're gonna have to run the footage,
I
man. I
mean,
don't remember,
Hey,
bro.
I mean,
I
y'all
don't
go
remember.
back and listen to the last
I
pod
was
and
the one that
tell
said
us.
Logan
Yeah, I
and
was
Tom
like,
were so far off the grid they didn't even make my list.
we thought, hey man, nah, y'all niggas is
Facts.
out here theorizing that nigga Tom was wearing a wire. That nigga is not acting like somebody that was wearing a wire. So, so that shit was wrong. That
I
nigga would
didn't
be
say what
sitting
I
pretty
just said.
right now.
He had
Hey,
help with the
it's the
government. I thought
optics.
he had a government agent on the side. I will definitely take that
That
one.
nigga don't got
Nothing.
nobody. I was like, that
Nothing.
nigga has nothing. Right. So let's talk about the person that is supposed to be there for him but isn't. Siobhan Roy. She was number one. Hey, and she took a tumble. The world is crashing down. How the she thought she was sitting pretty after that slander letter, and but now nobody. I mean, maybe that shit was very short lived. Now nobody fucks with her. She can't do anything right. She's
Hmm?
getting cut out.
You
Yeah,
didn't miss shit, man. Hey, man, if you believe a single word, if you no, you believe a single word Logan said, and you ain't been watching the show for the past 2 seasons. You know, man, Logan don't give a fuck.
That was with Ravenhead when she breaks up the planning meeting. She was
fuck right,
going
man.
in and they're like, yeah, he only discusses editorial with Logan and Sid because Sid was the former head. Sid was the former head of ATN, or she is the head of ATN, like with Tom, or like over some shit. She's high up at ATN, and then Logan, and then he was just, I guess she was breaking the chain of command, and she was like, yeah, I'm not talking about that, and then she's like, actually, this is about editorial shit. She's just like trying
Well,
to,
he did get that minute.
metaphorically swing her dick around, and people are just kind of turned away from that shit. Yeah, like
Yeah, man. My queen went outside this episode, and it's fucked up because like these are things that Logan is telling her to do, but like she goes to do it, and I was like, "Why you trying to play me? They like do that shit, bro. Like, come on." Like then Carl and Frank too. Like, yeah, man. So I don't know what Shiv is up. I think Kendall's prank is playing a big role in this. Like, okay, like Shiv's kind of no. Even Connor tried to play Shiv, man. Like, come on, man. Like
you said, even who?
Connor.
Oh yeah. Hey, good Connor Ebb. Good Connor Ebb. That nigga
That's
actually
a lot of
owned
money.
shit. For someone who is
That's a lot of money. Yeah,
consistently
man.
dunked on, that nigga dunked on her. She's like, all right, you got a little bit. He was like, oh yeah, I'll just scream. No blacks, no Jews, no women above the fourth floor. And daddy was a rapist.
Greg just had a
Just had a good one. This is a good. I think this is a good episode for Greg.
nigga. Greg secured his future. I mean, he figured out what he wants.
I was like, yeah, that nigga got him. He got Parks. That man wanted Parks. So we can flip to Greg because Siobhan is a dumpster fire right now. So we'll pick up on her a little later. But she's getting cut out of basically everything that she was supposed to be put in charge in. But Greg, on the other hand, Greg secured his future. Greg made some changes. He had a little sit down with Logan, and he came in typical awkward Greg. And Logan was like, "Look, you've got leverage. Tell me what you want, and we'll get it done." And Greg thought about it and got
I got a
Parks.
question about
Man,
that though. Did he sign? Did he sign the papers, or is everybody
that
just
they could.
assuming because Tom asked him to?
No, they confirmed it. No, they confirmed at the end of the episode. Logan started fucking like taunting Kendall. He's like, Greg left you. He's with us now. He signed the agreement, the like
But he's just
defense,
going
the
off of
joint.
Shiv's word.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's just word of mouth because we never saw him actually sign. So
Yeah, but I mean, it seems like if we got Tom saying I got him, Shiv then relaying it to Logan,
Tom don't know
Logan
That
which
makes
way
saying
he's
it.
sense.
sliding.
I think he signed this shit. I think he
Walter,
signed this shit because
Walter's
he
different.
wants to be over Parks and wants to distance himself from Cruises.
Synergy, unison, togetherness.
This doesn't remove like his legal counsel. This is just a joint defense agreement. So like all of their lawyers are like so his lawyers, Waystar
They can't
Royal's
pull them
lawyers,
individually.
they're all they can't they're all working together now. So like they are going to be working together in like a
I think
joint
you were. I don't
defense.
know who said
So
it
now
earlier, but you were
he is
trying to
not
say like they're just
separate
kind
on his
of.
own.
Josh was kind of just writing down everything he was saying. I think he going in. I think he already had his decision made to go with Stevie and them. But he just wanted to see like, what these boys.
I
Fucking
don't
with.
think Greg is trying
And
to shine a light on shit. If we're being honest, I don't think Greg is trying. His lawyer is, and maybe his lawyer wants it because,
yeah,
like you said, they can get some more info about like they working inside, like
the
inside the
official
company. They
visit.
can get some trade secrets. But he signed that. I'm pretty sure, like he signed that joint defense agreement, so they're all working together at least as legal counsel wise.
I was skeptical because I never saw him sign it, but everybody else just took the assumption from Tom. He's taking
Yeah,
Greg's
exactly.
word that it
Right
was
now.
signed. So I don't think that's how it's going to play out. But I
All
don't know. I
right.
guess
Well, I think he signed it. I guess the rest of the group is out on it, so we'll pick up next week. Tentative on Greg's legal position. All right. So we've got
You
there
think
was an
they did that just
interesting
so that they could see him doing that?
revelation that
You
Roman
think he was
brought to
doing
the
all
group
that just
with
so that
Tattoo
Logan
Man,
and Kendall could
and
see
then
Stewie coming
the
in?
Tattoo Brothers on a
That's so
drunken.
fucking hard.
That was some fucked up shit at Kendall's bachelor party that both of them did with the homeless man, and then how he's presenting that to Jerry, and then how their dynamic is changing. So how did y'all feel about one, Tattoo Man, and two, Roman and
Oh yeah,
Jerry's
yeah.
now very professional relationship as she kind of slams the door on him trying to fuck her at every turn.
Facts. But yeah, all right, so I did the math. All right, so when Kendall's talking to Josh, the major shareholder,
Mm-hmm.
it's like my 40th birthday is coming up.
Mm-hmm.
So Kendall's 39.
Yep.
And so Roman is like 15 years or so at Kendall's bachelor party.
Mm-hmm.
So minus
About
50.
20, yeah,
Man,
25.
he's
80 years
about
old. You
like
ain't got an
24.
80-year-old man walking around a damn island. Look at
Interesting.
me.
Very young marriage, especially for a multi-billionaire. And So, like, or someone who's included in a trust for a multi-billionaire. You don't usually see them marry at
Yeah, that's
24.
fucked up,
Yeah,
Dante.
it's
Hey, it's
pretty
true. Your
interesting.
true
Pretty
color,
interesting. I think
your true
he kind of
colors are
says
coming
something
out,
about like
man.
his psychology, but
Man,
we ain't got to get into
that's
I mean, I think that man wanted a real family.
uh,
If that's what we
uh,
meant from that, he was seeking like a nice complete family, and it's kind of ironic because now he's just like his fucking father, who barely does shit with his kids. He's like, just
right.
rabbit
Rabbit
cam,
came
Dad.
up,
That
man.
rabbit came.
Like,
That one kind of bothered me, bro.
Right.
I know we were supposed to be talking about KP sidetracked us, but all right, yeah, I was like, anyway, Roman. I mean, I think Jerry was right. Roman gave that man $1 million to get a picture of KLR tattooed on his fucking forehead because he had it removed. Smart by him to also have that shit removed. You could kind of see it faded on there as well. Like he said, they were being real fucking rude about that shit too. He was like, him and Ugo.
Looks like killer.
Mhm. I mean, he said it was very difficult to, be accepted in society and get jobs and shit. So it makes sense. He has what people think is killer on his fucking forehead.
damn.
I was wondering the same thing. You're included in the debauchery.
You're fully implicated. Really wrong.
When he had prediction, man, he was tripping, bro.
That's crazy. That man was watching too much Ted Lasso. He don't got the pull like Sam, man.
Look, low key, we've been like looking forward to this board meeting for like years. Like it might be like a couple of weeks till like 6 months time, whatever, in succession time. But like I think we've been waiting on this board meeting for like.
Yeah, she's a Tattoo Brothers is not a good look.
I think Roman kind of took this as his opportunity to make a move, kind of like Shiv did. It was kind of like Shiv went all in on her
That was the
move. This
first.
is
That
like
was like the second episode.
his move that he had in his back pocket, and it was just a weak attempt. That's why he went to Jerry, and then Jerry was just kind of like, "What are you thinking? You're not doing that." And he's like, okay. I mean, that was, you get what I was thinking, right? She
Yeah,
was like,
that's
yeah,
like the
but
first episode.
she kind of coached him up, just like you said, gave him the drop some game on him. What's going to get me furthest today? Um, yeah.
That's like 3 years time now.
I mean,
That's
it
all
was a
I
good
board meeting to this
mentorship.
board
It was a
meeting.
good
Like
mentorship
actual
moment
time
with Jerry. She's like,
3 years,
keep the
4 years.
pictures. I don't want shit to do with this. Also, Jerry's trying to keep her hands clean, I think, too, because Jerry's great about like not trying to implicate herself in shit.
Oh,
So she's like, nah, keep these. This be our little secret. Like, I don't want shit to do with these fucking pictures. I don't want to have them.
it ain't no way Kendall should believe that.
Yeah, she's a lunch. I hate it.
I don't know. She's scheming. She
Hey,
had a
let's
date with
go.
someone
Jerry
who's
really making moves. All right,
ex-DOJ,
good.
man. Jerry might be planning something on the team.
Man,
I don't think Jerry's gonna go down. I don't think she's gonna go down quiet, man. I don't think.
Popping that monkey around.
Yeah. I think Jerry's gonna have something to say. She's not gonna be pushed out as easily as as everyone and as she leads on herself. She's really trying to get some shit done
he is mine.
Hey, Jerry got some
Waystar
fight.
right now. Yeah, she got some fight in her, man.
We
I
gonna
want to see
see,
where
man. We gonna
Logan is on
see.
y'all's power rankings this week.
Yeah, but yeah, they're not gonna give her a fair shake. But hey, we've discussed the appetizers, man. We've had some soup, our salad, bruh. But it's time for the main dish, man. It's time for the meat of the episode, man.
Hey, yo.
Oh, brother,
Man,
y'all niggas
Boo.
are children, bruh. Anyway, bruh, we got
Nigga
the
dressed
first
stuck with soup salad and breadsticks.
soup, salad, and breadsticks. Now it's time for the entree, man. The steak with the red wine came out, man.
Just
I'm
get
just,
to it.
this nigga never had a 4-course or 5-course meal, man. Come on, bro. Hey, bro. Look, man. We got Kendall and Logan on screen together for the
Hey.
first time all season since last season.
What?
So it
Wait.
took us
Oh,
4 episodes, but we got them
Go ahead,
sharing
Tom.
the
Nothing. It
scene.
is
And
bullshit.
it was really like built up. There was a long exposition with them avoiding
What you
each other's on the
mean?
car ride, on the helicopter, on the plane. Also, bruh, so rich.
Hey, man, you got.
literally, where did they fly to? Where did they fly to? Because Josh was supposed to come into the city.
I'm guessing
but
Long Island. They said the island, so maybe Long
literally,
Island. Like
why'd you take a jet?
I just
I don't know.
assume
Long Island. Maybe he owns like a part of Long Island. That's what I was thinking. Or maybe there's a
No, like
small island somewhere in fucking New York or
they
Canada.
said it was his island, like
Yeah, that's
his
what I'm
own.
saying.
Like,
Okay,
Yeah, I
he's
think this
80
is
walking
Yeah,
around
these
the
niggas
island.
are
Island
rich.
Okay,
New
So
York.
he's
there's a
still
private island
he's
somewhere
still
off the
Logan.
coast, off the eastern
I don't know why
coast.
y'all trying
It
to
was.
try
I
this
mean,
nigga
he's
like
rich
this.
too,
Come
so he
on
could have
now.
jetted into the city. I guess if
And he's
if
back
he
kicking.
wanted
He's
as
still
well. But I mean,
there.
that it
Ain't
just
no
goes
one
to
been
show how
through it,
much
man.
rich people are
Tom,
fucking
go,
up the
man.
environment.
Tom,
Because look
go.
at all those fucking means of transportation to get to one place for fucking 2 people. They could have shared that shit. But no, they
yeah.
needed separate jets, man. But we finally see them together, and we get a sit down conversation after Josh gets them to come out, tour his island basically, and have a meal together. And he's like, "Look, man, he's like, tell me how this works. How does this work? How do y'all come out of this?" And Logan kind of explains. He's like, "We get
Mm,
slaps on the wrist, we get some fines, we get some, backlash, and that's about it." And he's like, "We come out of this, fine." And he says, "But how does it work with you two?" And he's like, "Well, I love him." He's like, "I love him, but." Logan.
I
I
got.
mean, he
Oh,
admitted he was
okay.
like, "I
I
love him.
was gonna say,
He's
Tom.
a good kid."
Hey,
So
bravo
he's
on
not.
that
I was
list,
like, "Do you
man.
think
Like
that was? Do you
I'd
think that
probably
was
do the
sincere?"
exact same thing. I would maybe put. I would push it a little bit further, and I would say I put Logan number
All right,
one
even after he just
over
starts saying "fuck you, fuck you, fuck you."
Stewie and
I
Rez
mean,
before
So
I
this
think
shit
he
got
was, but
real.
I
starters,
think there's some
Just
truth in
saying
it,
it,
bro.
yeah. I
for
put him over.
starters,
I
I
He
think
put
said
what's
him in the
it's
number one spot
funny
just
the way
because
they kind of
just
set the
because
whole
I
conversation up
think
because
what Josh
when
didn't
I think it was
realize,
Kendall when he
I
was
don't
talking to
know what
Frank
I
before he
could just be
got there,
bullshitting or I
he
don't know what I'm talking about,
told
but he could have
Frank
like low key
that
ended up making the Roy
Josh
family
looked very
stronger
highly of him. He was like, "Oh
out
yeah,"
of
basically
like
like, "Yo, that's my
this
guy. Like
meeting they
if
had on that
he's,
island.
I don't think
Like
he's gonna flip. Like
if
he's with me." And
Kendall is
then
an idiot, if he does
Frank
end
was
up
like,
believing his
"He
father
doesn't
and
say
he's
the
like, all
same
right,
thing
they
about
drop
you. He
all
doesn't
this and
speak
they
that
get the family
glowingly
back
about
together,
you."
they could really
And
do
then
some
that's when
damage. So
Kendall's
I'm
like,
just
"Oh, I
saying
should
on
probably
like
go out
just
there
the
and see him."
implications
So Kendall's thinking this is probably,
of
I
what
just
that
need a
can be.
few
And then
minutes
also,
before
like
my
I
dad
said,
gets
is
here
Logan. Yeah, he came back from a
to
coma,
talk to
but he's
my boy
still
Josh
kicking.
and like we
All
can kind
right,
of smooth
he
this
had a
whole thing
heat
out.
stroke, but
And
he's
Josh
still
just wasn't trying to
kicking.
hear a
We
word
still lead the
Kendall was trying to
company.
say from the jump. Soon as Logan got there, he was brushed him off and went straight over, "Oh, captain, my captain," or whatever he said. So
He did say,
that
"Oh,
kind of lets
Captain,
you
my
know
But
from
captain."
the
this is
jump how the
you
conversation
have
was going to go.
to.
Yeah, because
I
Logan's the
For the
big dog.
game,
We
he's
all
still
know
in the
that.
game. What you mean? This
All right, so
ain't.
Josh is mad
This
because
is this is a mental
he's
race.
lost
This is a
350
mental race,
million
bro.
since this
he
whole.
mad
It's
too.
hey,
Shit,
hey,
in a fucking
he's in the mental
couple
race,
weeks,
man.
lost 350 mil, bro. Ooh,
And
shit.
plus, he still got the
I mean, he
president on
off
his
the
side,
the
man. What
nearest
like,
bridge.
man? Y'all forget
He
Logan got
owns
strings everywhere out here,
350
man.
mil.
Y'all keep trying to come from the king, but
So
y'all gotta
Josh,
remember
he
ain't for his head.
owns. He's a 4% stakeholder, and he's lost 10% of his 4%, which is 350
Man, the
mil. So
president's
it's
gonna
no
roll. We know
telling
how
how much this
politics
guy's
are. What
actually
you
worth.
mean? This is a news network.
Yeah,
It's a news
And
network.
he's got other shit on the side because he's saying like maybe I just fucking sell my shit and be done. Is
yeah.
one thing that he says,
Man,
and I was like, they're not really interested in that because they don't know
man,
who he would sell his
Logan
shares
controls the
to,
media, man.
his
That's
percentage
different.
Like,
to.
when you've lost that much money, like
He
you're
got his own
obviously
power.
playing the
But hey,
field. You're
Tom, what I
trying
want
to
to say is
see
that's
what's
a
best
good
for
list,
you.
man.
So
That's
that
all I
is
want
why
to
I
say.
think Josh, as soon as they walked in, it was a setup. It was a setup from the very beginning. As soon as Kendall came up and started pitching his own plan, Josh was like, "Okay, I'm taking notes. These niggas are not together at all. They are divided." Kendall wants his. He's like legit
She had
trying
a
to take over
terrible
the
episode.
company, and
Let's not get that.
then
It was pretty bad. She
takes
got
him
no
on a walk.
respect. She got no respect.
Just to kind of like get them out of like their comfort zone. You see Josh, he's layered up. He's got his beanie on. He's like an outdoorsy guy. And
Yep.
then like obviously Kendall and Logan are not that, so they're already
Yep.
out of their element. And so they're just walking and talking, and you could just see Josh just like taking note of everything, like what they're
Oh wow!
together
So
on.
he
Like even the Beatles reference. Kendall's like the Beatles made some of their best shit when they were suing each other, and Josh is like, "Good band,
okay,
Kendall. Great band,
okay.
good band."
Good man. I was
Right.
like, good man. Like they can't even agree
It's all
on
right,
the
whatever.
fucking
It's a
Beatles,
bullshit.
and
Literally
that's
got
great.
nothing
White
done,
people
but she's
love the
number one.
Beatles,
Okay, I
man.
mean, nigga got
Love
heat
the
stroke.
Beatles, bro.
Like, yeah, they can't even,
All
and they
right, go
can't
ahead.
even agree on that shit. Like it's like there's no common ground that they can find. Kendall's vision is separate. Like Kendall pitches
Okay,
his
so who's
vision.
that
He's
better
like,
for,
oh, he
Logan or
talked about
her?
acquiring another company that has a really good UI because they need
Exactly.
to
It's better for
get better
Logan.
on their technology front. And he's like, they have shitty content, good UI. We
All
have
right, all right.
good content,
You want to
shitty
put a bet
UI.
on it?
Merge those
We can
two
put
together,
a bet on
create
it.
synergy, blah blah blah. But it's like, didn't you try
He's
that
gonna
shit
die before he goes to
season one,
jail.
Kendall?
That's
I
just
was like, didn't he? Isn't that season?
Hey, but
that's
it's
just
not gonna happen this season.
words again, man. You know, Kendall just be saying shit that sounds good,
It's
man.
not gonna
Yeah,
happen this
man. It's like
season.
your vision. Yeah, it's like he cuts straight through the bullshit. He
Man,
was
all
like,
right,
bro,
Dante, let's hear
he's
your
like,
list,
man, you
man.
need to dial this shit back. I don't see any way that you come through this
Man,
still in control.
your list is
Is
completely
what he's
invalid,
saying. He's
like
like, so what's
unvalidated.
best
That's
for
the
me
dumbest.
would be if
This
you
is terrible.
laid off this, dialed it back, stop turning on. He's like, nope,
Oh
can't
my
do that. I was
god,
like, and if we're
y'all.
being honest, that's
I'm
probably
glad
what's best for the company to keep the company in family hands. Like that's probably the only way to keep the company in family hands.
Yeah,
All right.
you just like just give him one more chance, just like to see, you know.
He
Is
wanted
this
to see
power
how
rankings to
dysfunctional
run the
the shit
company, or
was
just
under
power
the
rankings of who
hood.
just
Yeah,
makes
it's like
moves? I
your
thought because
college
Greg ain't nowhere close to
taking
running the company.
official
I thought this was
visits.
about
He
who's
just like,
going to
all
be
right, just give
running
him one.
the
I'll
whole
take it another
thing.
level, Mike. I'll take
See
it as
that,
far as
because
to
if that's the case,
say
Greg
that
does not
before they ended
belong
up
on
going
this list.
outside, he
Connor
was like,
belongs on the list higher
he
than Greg
like
does.
separated himself
Greg is
from. He was
running
like,
over
give me a minute,
parts.
and he went to some back room and left Logan and Kendall standing in the living room by themselves.
Man, I don't
And I
understand what
guess
the
I don't
power
remember if he
rating
got a
list is. Is
call
it
or if
for
he
the
went to go
company or is it
change
just
shirts
for
or put on
overall
another
making
jacket.
moves?
He had on 14 of them. Um,
Yeah.
I
yeah,
said
so like
company.
when he came back, I wouldn't be surprised if he had already sent a text to Sandy and Stu, was like, "Hey, get
Because
out
all right,
here,"
you just like using
or like, "Hey,
buzzwords,
can we
Dante.
meet in the
Continue,
next like
Car.
hour or so?" Like started communicating with them before he'd even gone on
Damn.
the walk with
Yeah,
Kendall.
Stewie, nigga, Stewie.
Stewie, nigga, Stewie.
No, that's what I'm
Damn,
saying.
Mike.
Like he had already had it sketched out. That's why he was taking so long on the trail, taking a longer route to get the same way they had just gone. Um, he wanted to make sure he was walking ahead of them. Say it again. I don't think he intentionally meant for them to see each other, but I think all of that was part of him dragging them along, making them go outside on the hike, making them separating himself from them. Like, hey guys, I'm walking up. Like, do you mind? I got some visitors. I got guests coming up. You guys mind if I go ahead?
Let's
Oh no, go right
Yeah.
behind. Like he
go.
knew the whole time. He was like, all right, like maybe they
I
might
mean,
cross paths, but at that point he didn't really care because his mind's made up at this point. He doesn't care if they see each other
Mm,
or if they don't. But he was testing them the
yeah.
entire time, and they failed miserably. And
it was a
Logan, I
very
feel like is
well thought out. Yeah, like it was a very well thought
I'll
out
be lit.
test and
I'll be lit. Oh
plan.
yeah.
And I think even like that nigga literally put
Food
Logan
friends.
through the pacer test. Like fucking PE, bruh. And
Hey,
that nigga
I'm
failed the
just glad to see
pre-test. That
Connors
nigga passed
is
out.
bro.
the
He was like, this
antithesis to
dude
Greg, and I love
can't
to see that
even
he's on your
fucking
list,
walk
man.
a mile. Like, how is he fit to run? And you're 80 years old. You shouldn't be
Mm,
running a multi-billion-dollar company. Your
Mm-hmm.
ass need to be sipping apple juice, sitting in a rocking chair at on your fucking
man,
estate, nigga. Damn.
ages, man. Shit.
You're ages? He's 80.
He said he'd have it in
80.
him. Y'all
Nigga,
all
do you
said
know
it.
the average
Y'all
life
all said
expectancy of a black
it.
male is 69? That nigga is 80. God damn, that is not ages. That nigga has lived
Ah,
longer than most people already. Like I think the
yeah.
U.S.
You know what he
average
said?
life expectancy is like in the 70s. That nigga is on his deathbed, and he's like, you are literally not fit physically to run a company. Like and not, I mean, he doesn't want him. If he lost, we could do some math to see how much money his shares are worth in the company. But like I wouldn't want someone that was 80 years old being in charge of that much money of mine.
Yeah, that's real.
And that's what he's, at the end of the day, is what he's concerned with. He's concerned with the return on his investment. He's like, how do I get my cash back? Who is the one that is going to secure my cash back? Because, I mean, when you think about it, 4% is a very minority stake in the company. But they're so fucking thin on the margins on people that are going to vote with them that that 4% now is like fucking Georgia was in the fucking political campaign. Like, that's the shit that'll decide which way the shareholder meeting goes.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like, and
it's
I think
funny
that's
this not first episode, but on the first watch, I had to watch this one like 3 times. First watch, so much of this went over my head because it just seemed like a slow episode. But then, like, once I saw Buddy taking the long way back, I was like, they got there with no problem. Why is it taking them so long? I kind of felt like something might be up. And then at the end, when I saw that Stewie was on the tarmac with Buddy, I was like, okay, that's why they played it. So when I saw it on the rewatch, then I kind of noticed a little bit more and realized this is basically what I've been waiting on. Like, I want to see how everything plays out with the votes. I'm not so much worried about who Logan's going to pick as the next successor right now. I want to see if y'all can maintain this company or if y'all end up losing to the guys who still have money.
Yeah.
That's it.
Is that not the same situation Connor's in?
Yeah, we looked it up, and it's literally less than 5 minutes.
I mean, yeah, they have board meetings.
Executive position, burn the company down. Greg, executive position, burn the company down.
I think this is like an annual shareholders meeting, but
I mean,
they had one in one of the previous
he's still
seasons
the
when Kendall
eldest
tried to
Roy
usurp
kid.
Logan and that shit, that shit crashed and burned. And you know what's crazy is Kendall met with Stewie in episode 1. Remember, he got it. He said, I need to take a phone call, left Rava's house, went into the car, and met with Stewie, pitched his vision, and I thought he was, good with them, aligned with them. Now it's seeing like Stewie and them are not backing him. Like, so if they
Connor's
took
running for president. Don't sleep on him, man.
I was like, yeah, it's been a while. But I'm saying, like, episode 1 of this season, he met with Stewie and them, and he was supposed to be working with them. That even if they took over the shares, like Logan or Kendall was supposed to stay in control of the company or move to control of the company.
Well, I think that's what he did. Episode anyway.
Yeah, we'll find. Next episode's got to be the shareholder meeting, so we'll get a lot of our questions.
It looks like Stewie sitting down talking to Jerry, or he wants to meet with Jerry. So next week's episode is gonna go crazy.
We're gonna see, man. We're gonna see how this shit shakes out.
So, and I think that's as we're heading into the next episode, where do we see each person in the pecking order? We've had some movers and shakers for sure. I think Shiv was in the top spot for a lot of us, and now it looks like she's starting to fall back down to her place in the totem pole. Where does everybody see
I had Shiv at 3. I would like to let it be known she was not my number 1 last week.
All right. Tom, I was like, she was my number 1, man. She made a power play, but she got her 15 seconds of fame, and now it's time to change up. So, man, everybody throw out your top 5 in power rankings, man, as we close out this week's episode.
Man, I'll go first. I got Stewie and Sandy as my number 1 for obvious reasons. I flipped my whole list. If I wasn't a fraud last week, my whole list changed.
Bro. It
gets worse.
Sandy was nowhere to be found last week. They moved to number 1.
Hey, he about to start listing Sandy employees.
We got to figure out how we doing this because y'all made it seem last week like we're doing it episode to episode, and that's how I made this list. So Stewie and Sandy.
Everybody on your list is going to be in that boardroom meeting.
Mike, you will appreciate this. I got Logan.
That's my number 2. And you have him as the second most powerful. He's never even been in a boardroom. He don't know anything.
He got a heat stroke.
He said, this nigga, that man Roman said, bro, you could have fixed all this shit with a well-placed Evian. Fuck you.
He's about his time. Okay, then, all right, so next week
the
when
reason I have Logan
here
is partially because, like I said, the way that the trailer was set up for next week. It looks like
Why do
after
y'all love
Stewie's
Greg so
already
much?
talked
That's what I don't
to
understand.
Josh
Most
Aaronson,
mediocre white
it
man I've
looks
ever
like
seen. Most mediocre
Stewie's trying
person
to
I've
make
ever
his
seen.
way
Y'all
into
didn't love this
Waystar. I
nigga.
don't know who he's talking to, but it looked like Jerry was like, "We got Stewie downstairs. He wants to come up and speak with us." Blah blah blah. So that's a good look for Logan. I don't know what y'all talking about. Yeah, he about died, but he's all right. He's on that plane. He's getting
You
prepared.
want that?
Logan's,
You want either of them in your corner?
you can.
That nigga was in a coma when the
puppet
show
master.
started, bro. This nigga
Oh my god.
This nigga needs to retire, bro. He needs to retire.
All right.
I'm gonna put
Yeah, I'm
some
gonna go Roman
respect on,
number
but
3.
no way he's second
Roman,
powerful.
if he's gonna sit here and take some tutelage under Jerry's wing, that's how it looks like it's about to go. If Roman can stay the course, at least through the shareholder meeting, I think we'll be fine.
Oh my god.
With that being said, I got Jerry as
He
my
is
number
the same
4.
as Connor.
I'm keeping it real
y'all, leave in the
copacetic right
comments.
now.
We need to
Everybody,
hash
as
this out.
long as
Leave in
you
the comments.
don't go too crazy,
Who do you guys got?
I think we'll be fine.
You got Connor,
And lastly,
or you
I'm
got
going to
Greg?
put Greg as my number 5 again this week.
They're the same
because
people,
I
man.
once again don't think that he signed those papers, and I think that's going to be a benefit to him coming up. So
he definitely should have bought
top
that
5:
watch.
Stewie and Sandy, Logan, Roman, Jerry, Greg. That's what I got.
All right, who next?
Well, let's see how it shakes out. KP, what you got? Or Mike, who wants to go?
Appreciate you.
It's Sandy, damn.
I think it's all bet on Team Roy.
I don't know how you fucking pass out in the 4th and you get ranked number 1, bruh. Like that nigga dropped the ball in the closing moments, bruh. That nigga, he smokes the fast break layup for the game, bruh. Like that nigga. He's in the series still. He's in the series still, but that nigga's down 2-1 right now, at least.
2-1.
He's down 2-1 right now, at least, bruh. The president is pissed at him for that nigga has been slandering his name. The president is not happy with that nigga, bruh. The president? Hey, bruh, I'm gonna come clean. If there was someone I didn't want mad at me, it's the person who controls my FBI investigation, and that nigga's just fucking pissing him off more. All right, Mike. So Mike co-signs on Tom's lips. He just has a little switcheroo for 1 and 2. KP, how is yours different then?
Man, I'm 10 toes. My shit way different.
There you go.
All right, so yeah, she had a bad episode.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't terrible. It was a warning shot. It said they're gonna cool off.
All right,
I guarantee that's the last time.
She's a woman in a male-dominated world. You know, that's how shit goes sometimes.
Why would they say it? Why would they say it in the episode?
Shiv
said it's a warning
shot.
I guarantee you, they wouldn't say that in the show.
Don't get embarrassed.
Shot. I don't think it's as serious as you.
That was a bar.
That was a bar. And what's the name of the show again? Succession. It's not.
Oh, we gonna see.
She's still in the pole position for that. So.
Yeah, I think so.
I think
that's gonna happen.
I'm keeping Shiv at number 1.
All right.
That's okay.
All right, so who you? All right, Shiv at number 1.
Hey,
I ain't bad.
She got Ravenhead to turn
Shiv
on
has
the
nobody
president.
on her side.
Now the president is getting the squeeze put on him.
The president about to have some more squeeze.
Hey, Logan.
Back,
Logan's going to be out of the picture one way or another pretty soon.
I said Greg.
She has nobody at Waystar.
He's a company or he gonna go to jail. Pick one.
Hey, Dante KP, the Connor hater. They made the same character, bro.
We gonna see. All right, number two. I'm going with the egg, man. I'm going with Greg, the motherfucker.
Greg the egg.
Yeah, sure.
Greg the egg.
At Mike Hill made it.
This was a great Greg episode. of all, it's a win-win. If he signed the papers, then he's got the career pathway of his dreams. He's going all the way to the top in Parks. If he didn't sign the papers, then his nuts drop, and he's got leverage out the motherfucking ass.
Yep.
So either way it go, Greg is coming out roses, nigga.
Yeah, I agree. Greg is sitting pretty sweet this ep. He's literally in a win-win situation, like you said. When you got
Hey,
That's what I've been saying.
brother, Connor's still trying to get some sucky suck on his dicky dick, man. My God, shut the fuck, Connor. Hey man, that's up to you to decide, man. It's a power ranking. You
it's all
determine what is powerful and what isn't, man.
yeah, exactly.
All right.
All right, man. Number three, I'm gonna go Jerry, man. Jerry's making moves. She's out in the town. She's schmoozing the people, ex-DOJ, you know what I'm saying? So Jerry, she's cool, calm, and collected, man. She's like, calm under fire. I'm picking up what she's putting down, as an interim CEO. If something crazy were to happen, I think they would be inclined to keep her there, the shareholders, because she's cool, she's good.
She's experienced. She's got good things going for her. Yep, I feel you on that one.
For sure.
Who's at 4?
Number 4, I'm gonna go Big Con, man.
Big God.
Love to Mike's guy, Big Con, man. He says, okay, the Raisins probably gonna win this year, but so I'm planning my running 4. I have my fucking resume, Shiv, and Shiv's like, oh, we can give you basically Food Network and wine tasting show. I ain't gonna lie, I would tune in.
I would tune in to Con on Food Network, bro. That nigga would be a good watch.
But Connor has bigger aspirations than being the next fucking Guy Fieri, bro. He wants to be president, bro. He wants some more, and he puts his balls on the table, boom, and says, "Look, I'll burn this motherfucker down." Y'all don't.
We all thought he did not have it in it. Hey, Con been back. These last 2 episodes for Con been great, man. Con been strong arming niggas, man.
Right, so let's see. Is Con gonna be in the company? Yeah. Let's see. If he just secured a few million a year job, that's a dub. So top 5 for Connor this week. And let's see, number 5.
Rounding out number 5. Yep.
Number 5, man, I'm gonna have to go. Fine, I'll go Logan, number 5, man.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty fair. Like I said, he had some slippage. Yeah, I think they're So
he's still better than Kendall, and we damn sure better than Tom. So
damn sure. Yeah, I was like, I don't know if I was like, I got more similarities to KP than I do Tom and Mike, man. I was like, I don't have Shiv and number.
I would like to let it be known I am still Team Kendall, even though he has not touched my list. I'm still Team Kendall.
Okay. I was like, that nigga's nowhere near his list, but he's Team Kendall. I don't know, man. Like, look, I said, there's some slippage for Shiv. I don't agree with Shiv staying at the top spot, man. I'm just gonna throw it, instead of saying Stewie and Sandy, I wanted to put Josh, but I'm just throw in the shareholders, the field. We gonna throw at everybody. Like, I'm gonna throw in the field at number 1 because I'm just betting against the Roys at this point. The field. If the Roys are the Warriors, I'm taking the field right now, bro, because the odds are looking like somebody else is gonna seize control.
Yeah,
and that's not too hot. But I do agree. So I agree with y'all there, and the shareholders have number 1. But number 2, I agree with KP as Greg, man. Like I said, like he said, Greg is a win-win situation. That nigga either gets the dream job that he wants, or that nigga can burn that bitch down and become a fucking, millionaire regardless. So, it's No, no, not really. Connor, Connor gets
Connor's not really going to run the company.
Connor's not part of the company. So that's the thing. Greg is actually he's not part of the company. He's not part of the Shiv wasn't part of the company until like last week. So I was like, Connor's not part of the company. We'll see. He said he wanted to. They didn't say they would give it to him. We'll see. No, I think that
Yeah,
I
except
just
Greg is
disagree.
26.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, Connor's fucking 50 something, man. Like Greg is young. He's good. He's good president age. I was like, he could, he's right. I think Connor has bigger aspirations than the company. So, Connor's making power plays for sure, but his aspirations are not with the company. They're beyond that. So I got who'd I say? The field. I said Greg, and then Shiv slid to 3 for me from 1 last week. So she's still in the thick of it. She got disrespected
Oh,
here and
yes.
there. She did get disrespected here and there, but like he said, she ended the episode with a W. She came through and said, "Ravenclaw, look, I don't know who the fuck you think you are, but you not him." I was like, I don't know who you think you are. You built a fucking following. I don't give a fuck. we cut your paycheck. You're gonna say what the fuck I tell you to say, or you're gonna get your ass up
My
out of
nigga
here.
Raven have, bro.
And that nigga fell in
Nigga.
line. So that it's just not looking great. Not, I mean, she wasn't looking great for a little bit, but she started. She ended it well. So I think Shiv is still in a good position. I got Jerry at 4 because, like you said, she's a very even keel kind of safe bet. She's like if you're betting on stocks and shit, like Jerry is a bond, man. She's just gonna get you nice, consistent returns, not gonna stir the pot. And that might coincide really well in case the company switches to somebody else. Because Jerry can be, she can continue in that interim role, continue to help through the transition. She's got experience, she's qualified, she's not going to do something outlandish and crazy. She can manage the company well. So I put Jerry there, and then the rest of the Roys can take that last spot. So Logan, Kendall, Roman, because all of them I think just tumbled down. Didn't have. I was like the Roy boys, man. They can
Because Greg lit, bitch.
because Greg and you yes, Greg has the papers. Greg has the paper. Greg is key to this whole investigation. He can either squash it or burn it to the ground. Greg
Facts.
Greg is the key, bruh. So that's why he's powerful. Like he said,
Greg
he
is
has leverage.
Why you
Hey,
hate Greg so much, nigga? Damn.
bruh, I was like, damn, bruh. It's like this nigga is just hurt, bruh. God damn,
In the grand scheme of
nigga.
this, Greg's
All
playing
I
the
know.
middle, and Greg is a ghost. Greg has the papers. Greg's playing the middle. He's got Kendall in his ear. He's got Logan in his ear. He's got Tom over here. You know what I'm saying? Like Greg is a ghost. Greg is fine.
He's playing
Greg is,
that
Greg is out here being the puppet master, man. Greg can just do what he want right now. Well,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yes.
You're
Hey, bro,
sleeping on
whatever
Greg,
he
bro.
says, I was like, yeah, bro, you got to give Greg some respect, man. Put some respect on that man's name, and
Logan put
Kendall
respect
not
on his
buying,
name in the
bro.
episode.
Logan literally sat that nigga down one on one. Had him. He said, if the man wants rum and coke, bring him rum and coke. That man out
You
here
talking about
getting
Connor, bro?
turned. Like, come on, are you saying he's the
Come
same as
on,
Connor,
man.
bro?
Opinion, bro.
Oh, brother, man, fuck out of here. Oh, hey, man, it's not Connor. It's not Connor, bro. Look, at the end of the day, man, Kendall is gonna regret not buying that nigga that watch, bro. That nigga should have bought him that watch, bro. That's like, cause that shit is about to come. I think Kendall thinks like Littlefinger, bro. And that's what Littlefinger, there was a big quote in Game of Thrones is Littlefinger would burn King's Landing down to the ground if he could rule the ashes.
Yeah.
And I think that's how Kendall thinks. Like he wants to burn the company down and still thinks which is moronic and idiotic that he could be in charge after he burns that shit to the ground and it still be functioning. It's like, bro, you can't have one. If you either fully commit to this thing and take the company down, or you back off and let that shit
You can't have
survive.
your
Like,
cake
you
and eat
can't
it
have
too.
your cake and eat it too, bro. So I
Boom.
think Kendall's starting to realize that slowly. I don't, it's still gonna take him a long way from fully realizing that, but I think he's starting to understand that, like, there's not really a good outcome for him in this scenario that's going on.
It's all bad on Team Kendall, man.
All bad. So I put the rest of the Roy and
I
Roman just is
know.
Roman is being a loose cannon right now. He needs to find it. He needs to come under Jerry's wing and listen to her advice a little more. So all the Roys right now, and like I've been saying for Logan, that nigga passed out in the fourth and smoked the layup to close the deal. So that nigga
All right, bro.
Logan is looking weak right now.
Y'all got Shiv in number 2, and Shiv is the most damaged
I
person
got
on the
Shiv at
roster.
3. He got Shiv at 1. I got Shiv at 3. I got Shiv at 3.
Shiv is at Waystar. She has nobody, literally no one in her corner. Her dad is telling her. Her dad is basically yelling at
She's
her from the
the
sideline. She has no
she's
teammates, and y'all have her
At the
concerned.
end
All
of
right,
the day, she's the only one that can't go to jail.
Exactly. She literally cannot go to jail. So immunity, and 2, she's a woman. She's literally was. I was like, she's a woman connected to the family, so she gets the family's interest. She gets the not a sexual predator interest, and she literally wasn't part of the company when all this shit was happening. So
but
she has plausible deniability.
you're assuming they're gonna allow her to be the face of after they just get rid of everyone else in the family out of the company.
It's a possibility.
They're gonna get rid of her.
Like I said, I said
a badge.
we don't know. This is all speculation, bruh. I just said she was. I said the field was number 1. I literally said the shareholders are likely going to take over.
We literally opened the episode with watching the news show the FBI take boxes and boxes of papers out of Waystar Royco, and y'all put Logan number 1.
Bruh, that's what I'm saying. Oh, brother. That nigga started putting the squeeze on the president, and you think that nigga's not going to do anything about it? You think... No. Nigga,
The FBI.
you think the FBI is just not gonna? They did that raid and nothing's gonna come of it. Like you said, slaps on the wrist. That's it.
I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah,
Stewie didn't just pull up in Waystar without if he doesn't know something also. If Stewie's gonna pull up there and he's talking to Logan or Carolina, I don't care if he's talking to Carolina. If Stewie's in the 4 walls of Waystar Royco,
I'm trying to talk to Carolina.
Stewie must know something. Stewie must know something. They're all right. They're gonna be all right.
Man. Well, to be determined on all of this, man. Mike is behemothly against me and KP's power rankings, but we think his is shit. So yes, like, all right, Mike. You said your piece. Mike's the Greg hater, man. Yeah. They're not, bro. Anyway, all right, man. You heard it here first on You Hate to See It, man.
Yes, sir. All right, man. Signing off, man. Y'all go follow us on all the socials and all that stuff. YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, all of it. Every single one. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah. At DWild_3.
At Scotty Too Rare.
At Card Gold, man. Go find us, follow all that stuff. Let's keep talking. Until next time.
Peace.